When I was younger, I had this image of love in my head, the ideal partner who would check off every box of my imaginary perfect person list. I've grown up with these Disney movies and romantic comedies, and so, of course, I believed in one called the one. That person who would sweep me off my feet, complete me, and magically make life easier for me, more exciting and more meaningful. But here's what I didn't realize then. I wasn't just looking for a perfect partner. I was looking for a solution. A perfect person to fix everything. Loneliness, insecurity, uncertainty. And for years, I held on to that image, feeling like if that person I was dating, I didn't meet every single one of those idealized expectations, it just wasn't meant to be me. I remember one relationship in particular. He was very kind, thoughtful, and we had fun together. But in the back of my mind, I was always comparing him to this perfect partner I've constructed from all my love stories I absorbed. He wasn't just as spontaneous as I thought he could be. He didn't have that knight in shining armor, bravado, that I believe love really required. And so, after a while, I ended it, convinced that something better was out there waiting for me. It kept on ringing in my head, and guess what? Guess what? Can you guess? Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode with Mom Ziba Talks Daily Podcast. I know you might have missed me for some time, and from my end, I did. So today we are going to be diving into the intricacies of love, relationship, and everything in between. I'm your host, Mom Ziba, and today we are tackling something that I know resonates with many of us in our society. This idea of the perfect partner and how fairy tales may have set us up for a bit confusion in life. Now, we have all grown up hearing stories where prince or princesses arrive to save the day, or where love just magically solves everything. But let's be real, our life and our relationship and the people we meet really fit into those neatly packaged happily ever after narrative stories. And honestly, that's okay. But in today's topic, it's about unlearning those fairy tales and reframing what the perfect partner truly means. So let's dig in together, shall we? Let's go. What you just listened to now is a perfect story of my life. Let's go. Guess what? I kept on waiting. I kept on searching. Because in truth, no one ever measured up to this impossible deal. And it wasn't until I spent some time reflecting on my patterns and I realized that the problem wasn't just the people I was meeting. I was only living by a script. Fairy tales taught me a lot of things. It taught me to wait for someone to complete me. It taught me the opposite of what reality was. But life taught me that relationships do not work that way. I'm a mother now. I'm a wife now. And now see how reality works. They are not about finding someone to fill that void, but it's about connecting with someone who truly enhances the life you have already built for yourself. Now let's discuss. Let's talk about where these ideas come from and why we need to reframe them. Are you with me? Let's go. Many of us were fed with narratives from our childhood. Yeah, someday your prince will come, true love conquers all, and so on. This story gives us different impressions that a perfect partner exists somewhere, somehow. Someone who thinks every box, who is flawless, someone who will meet all of our needs, and without even realizing it, we begin to apply all this kind of mindset in real life. My favorite TV show then I normally watch was Z Word. I love watching Z Word because it talks everything about love, how fascinating love could be. Before I could sleep and fall to the ground, my rising and shining armor has already, held me so close to himself and all those kind of a thing. When I started becoming of age to be in a relationship, I noticed that life was totally different ballgame entirely. Now, here is the thing. Real love, real relationship are truly, truly messy. If you're under the category of wishing that your perfect man should understand every handwriting and everything in your heart, every script you have written, I'm here to unbox the truth to you that true relationship can really be messy. It can be complicated and beautifully imperfect, yes. I tell you the truth. It's not really about finding someone who fits a mold. It's about finding someone who has a lot of imperfection but complements your own, who challenges you, who supports you, who grows with you. Okay. It's beautiful that way. That is how life is supposed to be. That's how relationship is meant to flow. It's meant to flow. But when you have someone who is already all built and you are not built, most times it's very, very difficult for you to grow. Okay, because the other person who has already gotten to that height of achievement might not necessarily want you to chase after your dreams because he feels he is already enough for you. All right, and you die of unfulfillment every day in your heart, wishing. So when we chase these fairy tales, we are often chasing an illusion. That is why a lot of persons today are unsettled in relationship. Many of the women folks, ladies today, I tell you, are carried away by this script in their heart. This is the particular kind of a man I want to be with. Okay, and because of that, they keep on searching for that particular man in their heart and being blindfolded to the truth of their soulmate who can really complement them. We may overlook real and meaningful connections because we feel so, fixated on what we think love should look like. That person who doesn't have a dazzling romantic gestures might actually be the one who supports you when life truly gets tough. The person who does not sweep you off your feet might actually be the person who grounds you when you need it the most. So, taking back to reflection and practical takeaways, how do we begin to unlearn these fairy tales? A lot of people go online to the social media and they go to learn new things. They learn things from their mentors online, celebrities online. You see things like the good ones is what they want you to see. All right, they don't really show you the things that happen, the other tougher side. But these tougher sides and good times are what makes the flow of relationship beautiful if it's not toxic. All right, so first, let us start by recognizing where your ideas about relationship truly comes from. Reflect on the stories that shape your beliefs about love. Was it in the movies? Was it online? Was it through your mentors? Was it through stories from people? Was it through what you see from your friends or your neighbors or your parents? Remember, okay, awareness is the first step for breaking every odd patterns that you have already. All right, let's go. The second challenge, the second is challenge those beliefs. Ask yourself, does a partner truly need to be perfect, or am I perfect already? Am I lacking? If I'm lacking, that means I should expect that other persons are lacking. Therefore, there is no perfect person. Okay, what qualities truly matters for my growth in life? Do I need someone who will pamper me to do wrongs? Do I need someone who cannot scold me when I'm really falling aside? Do I need someone who cannot tell me to stand up when I'm weak? All right? Challenge those beliefs in you. And thirdly, allow for imperfection in yourself, in your partner, in your relationship. Real love isn't flawless. And I'm going to say real love is you break up a relationship today, tomorrow you're in a relationship again. You break up from the same person, you're going back to that person. You tell the person, get out from my phone. The next time you're calling the person, you tell the person you don't want to see him again. A few minutes later, you're at his door. True love isn't flawless. Okay, don't let anyone deceive you. All right. When you let go of this fairy tale kind of feelings and scripts in your head, there's something it does. It opens you up to a more deeper and more richer personality of you. And it now brings a relationship between you and your partner where people can really be, both personalities can be both accepted, seen, appreciated for who they genuinely are. There's no need for facades. There's no need for someone putting on the shoes that doesn't suit him or her because you want to please the partner, because you want to please a script. Relationship built on script can as well be torn apart just as any script at any time. So, if you have ever felt disappointed by love or like your relationship just don't measure up to the ideal, know that you are not alone. Many of us are in the process of rewriting the story that we thought we had lived, and that's okay. That's totally fine. It is okay to let go of every fairy tales and start creating your own version of what love genuinely means. All right. So I hope today's episode gives you some insight and maybe a bit of comfort that you are on the right path, whether you're single, whether you're dating, or just figuring it out all by yourself. Until next time, keep writing your story and remember that most beautiful love is the one that you build, not the one that you chase. I want you to send me some good ratings. Tell me that you feel me from where you are. All right. I'm just doing this tonight and I hope it gets to you beautifully. Thank you so much for joining Mom Ziba Talks. It's a daily podcast and I wish you share this to as many people that you love. Share this to as many people who are single, who are searching, people who are already married. Most of them also believe in fairy tales. They have all this scripted in their head, how they want their partner to be. They forget about the 80% their partner is really worth for them. And they start chasing after 20% outside. They magnify the 20% of what their partner does not have. Okay, but there's a reason for that. Your partner should be a person that, complements your other side. Doesn't mean that person must be perfect all round. There's no perfect person. Now, my description for a perfect person is a perfect person is built from a person who understands what perfect means to him or her. Okay, all right, so that's it. You are the person to draw your perfect script yourself. So you are not going to, you already have the perfect script in your hand and you want to make something perfect. Sure know that you are making an imperfect thing perfect. So right now you have to get up, start manifesting your script on an imperfect person who loves you, who's there for you now, who's caring about you, and you know very well that person cares, and start working on yourself. I wish you a happy time in your relationship. Bye now from Mom Ziba. Bye.